in a month. This actually would be Friday, 5 weeks from now. Hello, good morning, everybody, in case people see me out there. Been working away on our She Boudoir cover. And gonna make another version of it, a coquette edition of it as well. Good morning, Scott. How are you, my friend? You're having breakfast with Bedhead Billy in the same shirt as last night. Got up at 4. I've been working on finishing this. Drew about 100 cherry blossoms. So, good morning, Len. Good to see you. And Scott, good to see you too, my friend. Oh, man. What a day. Had a great show last night. Hey, Billy, good to see you, Lenny, my pal. Hope to see you in San Diego. Are you coming this year, Len? Well, I'm working on multiple things right now. I'm working on the She Ashcan edition, the She story, the Return of the Warrior story, and I came up with a revelation last night. So I have to bring that up. I always run these things by Deb, and it's scary, actually. It's really scary. It's a mystery. There's a lot of tension, and really excited about that. So I got to finish this. This is our Way of the Warrior #1 Boudoir edition. I can't show it. I'll show it to you a little bit. Yeah, I'll bring in a case of water. Great. That's always needed, is a case of water. But if you guys want to see her, let's cover her up, though. There she is. She's coming out. I think it's one of the most beautiful she drawings I've ever done. Ricky Miles. Oi, oi. Hey, Ricky. I'm still working on this. We had a great show last night with Anthony Delaney of Artist Express Printing. And I actually backed his Kickstarter last night, which was great, for the Changeling. If you guys can go to my page, you'll see me. You'll see that I have that I backed it. There's a great link to it. Let's see where he was. If he was able to get over 10,000, he was working on it and moved towards 10. He was moving towards $10,000 last night. So I'm gonna go to his page right now and see. Let's see where he's at. Yeah, 10,440. Boom. Oh yeah, he went up over $500. That's great. Excellent. He's got 15 hours to go. It's a Changeling issue #5. It's on Kickstarter. Niall Scala and myself had a great conversation with him last night. Fantastic book. Really interesting art style. Unlike anything else out there. A little disturbing, a little adorable. So it's an honor to back it. And way to go. He's got 15 hours left. He wanted $1,500. He is now at 10,000. He's almost at $10,500. So what is that? 100 times? 10 times what he wanted? So well done, sir. Well done. And let me get back to here, and let me get back to my little chat thing. There you go. So yeah, so I'm working on that now. I think I've got the She down, the She Boudoir edition. I'm loving this black and white art that I did. That I'd even like to consider doing it on the Strathmore. Show you guys it. She's coming on as a sneak preview. Use a reference of a Japanese model. A little bit of, believe it or not, young. What's her name? Monica Bellucci. Use a little Monica Bellucci. And yeah, a little Marilyn Monroe too. I threw in there. So I keeping it pencils. I've been using various types of pencils because I want to give it a nice watercolor effect. But I think what I'm going to do here is I believe I'm going to add a sun behind her. So it's pretty big. And one of my go-tos is I have my circle templates. I know I have a protractor around somewhere. And I know I have a compass, those little compass things. I have one of them around. That's this light. Sorry. But I'm looking at the size, and I need a bigger one than this, so I think I'm going to go with this. The old antique pie plate. The old antique pasta plate. That when I bought my house, this was in the house. We have a whole set of these. And this one's got a little tiny chip in it somewhere. Let's see when this was made. I see something here. Made in France. Oh, what a shame. What a beautiful, beautiful pie plate with a tiny little chip. So I think that sun might be too big. Might be too big. I might have to use a circle template. I think that will work better. I do. Yeah, we're going to go with that. The other one's too big. So we're going to go with this. Use my template. Do I have it on the wrong side, as always? Yeah, there's little knobs, little nibs on the back of these. This template is this my friend Velma? This is from when I worked at Macy's. I used to design children's clothes for Macy's. And I think this was my friend Velma's who worked with me. Oh, maybe I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with the smaller sized one. So let's give that a shot. And I have to navigate all these little blossoms. I haven't had my coffee yet because one of our coffee maker that we've had since we've been married, geez, 20 years, so no longer works. So not too big. Nope, I think that's going to work just fine. So here we go. Let's see if that covers it up. Oh yeah, that'll cover things up. So here we go. So that's sort of it. But you see I did this circle there, and that'll be a sun with the blossoms. And then I'm going to do a coquette edition, which will have right now she's topless, but I think we'll do a coquette edition where it'll be closed over her shoulders, the kimono, and exposing something that's hidden in this picture. So that's kind of cool. And okay, I got to do that today. We have the Eternal Con. I'm going to go and set up for the Eternal Con today. I've got some commissions to finish. I've got a layout I just sent in for a cover that I have to do next week. I have 2 covers to do next week. Work on the She Ash Can edition. I'm going to have a special little script for that. And again, though, I came up with a revelation of what I wanted to do, and it made it really scary. So that's that. Looking forward to that. What I want to do, we're also going to have 4 shows next week on Crowdfunding Comics. Some huge names, some newcomers, and we're really excited to share that, but we'll save that announcement. And yeah, this was nice. I think this might be definitely is one of, if not the most beautiful sheet drawing I've ever done. And I really, really love it. I'm looking at it. It looks like it works. It looks, yeah, it looks good. It's looking good. Let's see what you guys are saying. Mr. Graham Nolan is on? No, I figured Mr. Blevins is here. Thank you, Graham. Good to see you, brother. Lewandowski. What is Ricky Miles? What does that mean? It's 5 a.m. there. It's 6:13 a.m. here. Good morning, everybody. That is gorgeous. Never cold. Thank you. You're not so bad yourself. Bedhead Billy coming to you live. This is, someone had asked before, this is the original, the #1 sheet poster we did. We had it at San Diego Comic-Con circa 1994 when we just got, look at my studio, such a mess. It's not that bad, but it's just, if you look here, oh, you hear the birds? Listen. The world is coming awake. Let's open a window. Getting some showers today, but I signed and numbered them all. There's 2,000 of them made, so this was number 1. And I had that framed. We had them at San Diego, and man, that was fun. That was an exciting time. President Clinton and Monica reference. How do you do this without coffee? Well, the coffee maker still works. It's leaking, but the coffee maker is just leaking a little bit. So some water coming out of it. So I'm gonna go make myself some coffee when I get off with you guys. But we also just bought a huge bag of beans, and I think the way to go is the way to go with the coffee now is that Keurig. Anybody else use the Keurigs one at a time? Because we end up seeming to waste a ton of coffee, and that'll be like, hey, anybody want coffee? And we'll make them an individual cup of coffee, or they can make it themselves when they come over. So okay, so I gave Anna a real nice. I waved her hair, as you could see. I wanted it to be not quite a glamour shot, but I wanted it to be something. I'll show you her hair. I think her hair came out really nice too. Let's see if I can cover this stuff because we got to be careful. And I don't want to give the whole thing away anyway till it debuts. But I gave her a nice wave to her hair. I added a lot of detail to the hair. And when I scan this in and digitally ink it, it'll look really nice. And the blossoms too. The hundreds and hundreds of little blossoms. So this will be our cover. There's not going to be a logo on this cover, on either of these covers. I might put a little Crusade logo on the bottom with or maybe the 25th anniversary seal that we have that Anthony Delaney made for me, which I have to get in touch with him because I forgot to ask him for it. I need that for the Vampirella She cover. And yeah, I think so. I put it in, do it with the pencils, digitally ink it. It'll come out really nice. Again, I'm really happy with her. Really happy. So I might, I guess, just because of how limited edition the books are and how they sell out so fast, I think we're going to do, for San Diego, we might do a black and white edition on Strathmore sketch cover paper. We'll do then the standard 99. There's only going to be 99 of these editions because I want to keep them. I want to keep them as limited as possible. So there's only going to be 99 editions, and of that, the same thing with the sketch cover. Maybe 50 sketch covers. Make that even. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I'll talk to Debbie. I'm getting ahead of myself, but at least maybe for the other shows for New York Comic Con, we could probably have the Coquette edition where she, it'll be coming off her shoulders, something, really make it sexy, but not sexy, but I want it sensual instead of sexual. How's that? That make any sense? That I want the piece to actually be, I want a sensual illustration of her because she is a very sensuous, very sensuous drawing. And why not? You get all these other guys, all these other publishers and stuff who are getting, doing their little sexy covers and stuff. I'm like, you know what? Anna's sexier than all of them. So, let me do that and change the channel here. Get distracted. I was watching YouTube for a project that I want to work on, which will be a 2021 project. Right now, the way it looks is that I'm unless I do something with, there's two companies that I would like to do something with. Not sure how that works payment wise and all, but I got to tell you, I'd like to do. I have Company Z, and that's for 2020. We have 2020. We'll see Zombie Sama 2, Dorm of the Dead, 2 new She books, and a reprint She book. And a reprint She book. So I'll tell you my plan. My plan for 2020 is to come out first with the 25th anniversary. In the first quarter of 2020, we come out with the She Hotaru story, which will be another 48-page graphic novel. Hotaru is Anna's daughter, and it'll be the continuation of the Return of the Warrior story. Then I want to go with my dream. I would love to do a She Psyblade Battle for the Independence Part 2. That'll be for the third quarter. So I got to talk to Mark Silvestri. It's 2020 is also the 25th anniversary of She Grifter. So I would love to do both of those characters and have this destroy all monsters of comics and actually have it relate to the state of the industry, because I think things are going to get super political. As they did last time, because it's an election year. And I think things are going to get really crazy. I think people are going to start losing their minds again. And I think it's perfect time to throw a book about the state of independent comics into the fold. Let me fix this. Hang on. There we go. So I don't see the floor so much. Because I've got art bins and things like that on the floor. This looks a little better, right? So that's for the third quarter. The second quarter, which will be for the summer, I want to put out a writer and artist 25th anniversary edition of Shi Senryaku. And if you could see, let me grab a piece of art. Let me grab something. Hanging. I grab this. Like, for example, I have, this is Adam Hughes's Shi art, the original Shi art. So I would love to have the first 36 pages of the comic to be individual stories. Gary Cohn's stories, the writer Gary Cohn, his let's do this. You can see that art. Hell, you're looking at me. Look at that. With the art, have Gary's amazing stories. We were nominated for an Eisner Award for that book. And that's the first 36 pages because it's based on the 36 stratagems of the Chinese art of war. Then the following 36 pages or more so, because I'd love them to be double page spreads. So what's 36 times 2? Let's see, Debbie, see it, make them up. Is that 80? 82? The next 82 pages would then be the all the original art, all the art in its original form. Like, look at this. This is just stunning. And that's the plan. That'll be a big book. That'll be our big summer book. Put this back. There we go. So that'll be our summer book. Then so that'll be our summer book. So we go with we go Shi Hotaru, which is the Return of the Warrior storyline. The continuation of the Return of the Warrior storyline. Then we do the Senryaku writer and artist edition, which will be a really big book, 200 pages or so, collecting that remarkable series that we did. Then for the fall, I'd love to do, again, it's a dream of mine to do the Battle for the Independence Part 2 or Part 3, really, the end game, if you will, the trifecta. That'll be for the fall, and then for the last quarter, I'd like to do for the winter going into the fall. So we do winter, spring, summer, fall. Winter would be Shi, Hotaru. Summer would be the Senryaku writer and artist edition. Fall would be the Shi Cyblade, Shi Cyblade Grifter Battle for the Independence book, and fall in the end would be the we go with Zombie Sama 2, Dorm of the Dead. That's a busy year. So, but I have 2 other stories I really want to tell, and maybe I'll shop them around. Maybe another publisher would be interested in doing them. We'll see. Because if I'm just writing those, I can get that out. And one of them I think would be a great Vertigo thing, but I don't know if Vertigo's dead. I don't know if that's it for them. I hope not. Great stuff. Let's fix this tripod. There we go. That's a little better. Ooh. So, for those of you joining us, good morning. Whoa, that's my microphone. I'm going to put this. Okay. I got this in the Blevins Media Center. It's in full effect. Okay, that's not bad. Except a little bit higher. There we go. Great. It's good as it gets. So, I'm looking at my screen right here. Firefly. Yes, Hotaru means firefly. Exactly. That's a big part of the story. Is Anna's daughter is named Hotaru, which means firefly. So there's a big that plays a super pivotal role in the story. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Also, let's see. Is that a commanding blossom? So that would be the spring. I'm trying to think of what time the seasons are for the books. So I guess the first one is for the first book is for the summer season, the Bond Festival. The second issue, which is Hotaru, would be for the cherry blossom season. So that's kind of cool. Let's do this so you see a little bit better. There we go. Trying to work it out. Anyway, see people joining us. Good morning, everybody. Amy Minty always wanted to know if that cover art of Duran Duran was Billy's or if the artist was trying to emulate Billy. Oh no, that's that's Patrick Nagel. No, Patrick Nagel is oh, Amy, you must be young. No, Patrick Nagel is a huge influence on a lot of artists from the '80s. I actually have his book somewhere. I think I have a hardcover edition of his book and a softcover. He did a lot of the Playboy stuff. If you look at the '80s and you Google Patrick Nagel, you'll see his stuff. And when I was a young kid, I loved that art. That Rio album cover is one of the best album covers of all time in my humble opinion. And Nagel is he's a superstar. He actually he was a Vietnam veteran, combat veteran. Worked for Playboy, was an illustrator, really came up with that beautiful style of all the white. He was heavily influenced by Japanese woodblock prints and Alphonse Mucha. And these beautiful pains, gray and purples and lavenders and burgundies. I mean, just a perfect combination that really summed up the 80s. So I got his book under here. I got his book here? No, I don't. It's over there somewhere. But Patrick Nagel's amazing. And then the Duran Duran guys came to him in, I think, late 81 and asked him to do something for early 82 to do it. So, yes, Patrick Nagel was famous for doing a lot of women, apparently, because he he worked for Playboy. Yes, he was painting women. All right, if you guys got a second, I'll find his book. Let me see. Oh, I got so many books. I got hundreds of books here. I don't think Nagel would be here. I have the ones like my go-to ones that are my favorites, but I keep moving stuff around because I grab it and I put it away. Like here I have Great Disasters, the films of Errol Flynn, Titanic, Star Wars Universe, The Art of Brian Boland. Come on. Let's see. New York, Phenomena, The Book of Wonders, Splendor of the Gods, Vanity Fair. Let's see. Dr. Seuss. Give me a second. Let me see if I got Patrick Nagel. I'll show you guys Nagel. See here? I got another bookshelf here. Yeah, here he is. All right, here's Patrick Nagel. Here he is. And I bookmarked this, and I've had these bookmarks forever. So here's Patrick Nagel's work. Well, I mean, I don't know if you can see. It's kind of coquettish, if you will, a little bit. This is Nagel. It would behave. Yeah, it's amazing. His stuff is really gorgeous. The Rio cover has got to be in here. Let's see. But another cool thing is his pencil art of just how clean it was. And let's find a good pencil illustration example of that. Okay, so yeah. So here's his pencils. Oh. And then, of course, the art, the final. And it's all screen printing. Beautiful painting. And yeah, it was a shame that he passed away. Here's his illustration, which you could still see that that really influenced me and a lot of artists back then. And then, of course, he was famous for drawing these women with these Roman noses. He did Brooke Shields. And yeah, he was a huge influence, and it still carries over to this day in my art. See that's called a Roman nose. That really beautiful, looks like statues. And then here's his final. So I mean, very simple. He really captured the 80s really, and I still have it because I do I'll do a lot of that little thing to the lips and all. But I'm sure you could find it. This book is most likely out of print. But if you should check it out. Here's the My Own Way EP, the Duran Duran EP cover for Rio. It's a single for My Own Way, or the. Jeez, come on, Billy. Driving you guys crazy, right? But those colors are just fantastic. And if you look, there's the original pencil art. So simple, so clean. He had it all down. Yeah, really cool. Beautiful work. Beautiful. And, where's Rio? There's Rio. No, that's not Rio. That's probably, I'm sure that's the same model as Rio, though. I mean, look at that. Just even how muscular the one on this one looks. Just beautiful. And, short black hair, big black hair, black, white, red, like I said, Payne's gray, purples, that burgundy. And he even sculpted. And that really captures the 80s. He's one of my big influences. And there's another artist, Antonio Lopez, a fashion illustrator, was one of my big influences as well. Good, get back to work. Talk to you later. See you later, Ricky. Great talking to you yesterday. Organize that hunt for me in England. And then I'll kill it and you grill it. So, thank you, Never Cold. So, that's that. For those of you joining us, good morning, everybody. Bedhead Billy here. Who woke up at 4, and I've been working since 4 to finish up our our boudoir edition, which will debut at San Diego Comic-Con. Again, I will offer about 30 of them online, I think, for those of you who can't make it to San Diego, the first 30. And here she is. That's her face. I think she just came out really beautiful. Let's see if I could fold this and I can maybe capture the whole image a little better. That might work a little bit. So here's a little sneak peek of her. Let's see if I hit her with the light, if that works better. As you can see, all the blossoms. I had to do all the blossoms. I think her face came out great. It, used some reference I used was of a Japanese model and a young Monica Bellucci. So... oh, gee whiz, it's raining again. But I think it's supposed to get nice this weekend. Shut the window. It's going to get beautiful up here in New York. Mark Walters. Brother Mark, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, buddy. Great to see you. Yes, thank you that the face looks killer or the face looks beautiful. This might be, the prettiest sheet drawing I've ever done. And I love it. I'm not quite finished with it yet. Got a few highlights. I'm going to add some of I think I'll add some of my Beryl Prismacolor, maybe to her eyebrows, to her mascara. But once you do that, it's really hard to go back. I'm a little afraid to do this, but let me add some. All right. Well, today is my buddy Dennis Scholl's birthday, my first friend. Met Dennis at the bus stop in kindergarten, and I sent him a text this morning at 4, because he always calls me on my birthday like 5 in the morning. Yeah, that looks nice. They had that little bit of touch of black to it. Makes it nice. And yeah, that looks pretty. So again, for San Diego, we'll have a limited edition of these, and then we'll do a. Afterwards, I don't know if I can get it done by San Diego. Maybe we can. I think we can. We'll see. I'd like to do a black and white edition of it. Call it either it's a museum edition or but have it printed on the Strathmore paper, like sketch cover paper, and just keep the black and white because I really like the black and white. I'm looking forward to getting it colored this week. We'll get this to the printer next week, and. That's one thing off the list for San Diego. I think for New York Comic Con, because again, we're only going to do 99 of these. And if anyone's been to San Diego Comic Con, you know how crazy it gets. So I have to know, what does the rest of that shirt say? Oh, you don't want to know what my shirt says. It's about commies and Nazis and Chinese. Bad guys. That they can go fuck themselves. Anyway, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's proper for. Thank you. I don't think it's apropos for Mark. Seriously, I don't think it's apropos for television, for live streaming. Yes, Len. I shouldn't have wore it. I should put tape on it. That's what I should do. Controversial. I do have she-shirts. I never wear them. I do wear them. That's not true. I have one in the closet over here. We will have she-shirts at San Diego Comic-Con that I'm really looking forward to. That my buddy Brad Miller, who's a designer for DJ's Decals, designed. It's a beautiful red shirt with a really nice cutout. He made a design off of our Death Walk image, and very stark black, white, red shirts with this beautiful silhouette black and white image of she with a red lips. So we'll have it now, and we'll have that for San Diego Comic-Con. We'll have Brian Polito and mine secret duo project will be debuting at San Diego. Zombie Sama will be at San Diego, and we have a few overs of Zombie Sama. We made a few overs of it because I do want the book to be exclusive for our Kickstarter and our Indiegogo backers, but it doesn't make sense not to have any for the cons. So we'll have some for that. And say she shirts 6 times fast. She shirts. Oh, Mark, you're a pisser, man. I love you, buddy. You're a great guy. So that's that. So we're done with this. I'm going to show it to Deb. If she gets her approval, I'll spray it with my fixative and change my shirt. I didn't even think about that. So and then we'll move on to my 2 mainstream covers for next week. Tomorrow, if anyone's going to be around tomorrow, I will be at the Eternal Con on Long Island. It's 2 days. It's at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Great family show. And then next weekend, we will be at the Garden State Comic Fest, which will be in Morristown, New Jersey. So I'm excited about that as well. Let's put this over here. And then I'm off for 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and then San Diego Comic-Con comes. So hopefully it's 3 weeks. I got to check I think it's only 2 weeks, and then San Diego. We go to San Diego on Tuesday. We'll be at San Diego from Tuesday to Tuesday, and that's that. Then for Terrificon, so we'll have some exclusives for Terrificon too. I think we'll have our Coquette edition for New York Comic Con. We'll do something for the Terrificon. Maybe for the Boudoir edition. Maybe we'll do our museum edition for that show, so I can have exclusives for it. And, be back to work. I think I'll have a few copies. I should have a few copies of the She Ash Can. Yeah, I will. I'll have a few copies of the She Ash Can for San Diego as well, because we're going to make some overages of that. But those books, aside from that, just because I know some people, if they don't really do the online stuff, I'll bring 10 copies of that. I'll make a little bit of overages. Because again, it doesn't make sense not to make overages when they make you make overages anyway. And as long as I have a few of them myself. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go make some coffee. I gotta wake Matthew up in 20 minutes, so I figure I can make my coffee, drink my coffee, and man, I might go back to bed later after I take Matthew to school. I'm freaking tired. So, everybody, tally ho! Have a good one. Thank you for joining me. Once again, I'll be back next week. We have 4 shows next week for crowdfunding comics. Some big name guests. We'll wait for Niall to make and Frank Amazing to do that, to make that announcement. We had a great show last night with Anthony Delaney. You can learn all about getting your comics printed. He's not only a creator with his book The Changeling, which is now 15 hours left, and he blew past the $10,000 mark. And but he's also a printer. He prints all of our special editions. He prints. He didn't print Zombie Sama. That's too big of a print run. But he'll print. Oh, jeez. So I've got more time than I think. So how many weeks is that? Is that 4 weeks or 5 weeks? Mark. Mark, I gotta be honest with you. It's never enough time. I've got commissions to finish. Again, I've got covers. I've got the Ash Can to do. I've got to finish the script for She Return of the Warrior so we can launch that in August. We're looking in August. We're going to see when Brian Polito launches Lady Death, and we'll go the week after Brian launches Lady Death. And so that's probably the second week in August on my birthday, which would be cool. That'd be a great birthday present. We launch She on the 13th of August, but again, if Brian Polito launches on the 13th, I'll launch the following weekend. So gives us more time to get the books done anyway. So, guys, everyone, it always does sneak up on you. Indeed, it's like running a marathon. 4 weeks. So 4 weeks, and two of those weeks is I have conventions, and 1 week is, the 4th of July holiday, which I'll try to get work done, but, man, my flower bed's got weeds in them. I got to do my flower bed. The laundry room, we have a laundry room's a mess. I got to clean that. The upstairs hallway's a mess. And we got to get these books out. So everyone have a great day. Everyone have a great weekend. I'll try to go live from the Eternal Con. And, all right. Everyone have a great day. Thank you all for joining me for this morning. One last look. Here is our She Coquette edition. I'm sorry, the Boudoir edition. The Coquette edition will be the more flirty one, where she'll have a kimono that will be, covering more of her up. This one is our very first naughty edition. That's really what it is. I've never done one before. I don't know if I'll ever do one and do one after, but these will debut at San Diego Comic-Con. There's only going to be 99 of them done, and we will offer, though, through our website, 30 of them for the first 30 people online who can't make it to San Diego, because I'm telling you, everything in San Diego just blows out, in the first day or so, when you collect things, with all the collectors and stuff. But, of course, you guys have been wonderful to me, and we'd like to offer at least 30 of them to you guys out there. So they'll all be numbered, they'll all be signed, and everyone have a great day. Mark Walters, so great to chat with you at Heroes. I'm sorry to get to see you so much. I didn't get to see a lot of anyone because I had work to do. I went back to the room. I did commissions. It was such a commission-heavy convention, which was amazing. I love, comic conventions. But I'll see you soon. Get down to Dallas. Can't wait. And everyone have a great, great day. Thank you for joining Bedhead Billy at 6:42 in the morning. I now have a little over 15 minutes to wake my son Matthew up. He's got his final today. I think it's a history final. And I'll talk to you guys later, all right? Thank you all from the Blevins Media Center, from the Crusade Studio. Tally-ho. Bye. Oh, great. I'll see you at San Diego Comic-Con, Mark. Mark, real quick, while I stay on, do you smoke cigars or pipes or anything like that? We do a men's night Saturday night. We go to a Greek restaurant. My buddy Steve Perros and Mike Perros from high school, and Chris Caliendo. We have a lot of musicians, screenwriters, comic collectors. We have this thing. It's usually like 20 guys. We go to the Athens Market Taverna in San Diego. We've been doing it for almost 20 years now. Joe Core is another friend of mine who writes for animation, does Teen Titans and stuff like that. Real great conversation about comics, about everything, and yes, cigars. My buddy Nick Catratis comes. We sit out there. We smoke cigars. We close the place down. We drink ouzo. We drink wine. It's the one thing I always look forward to San Diego. We used to go to Ghirardelli's afterwards, but we end up closing the place down. And I think we do make it to Ghirardelli's. I think Ghirardelli's does stay out that late. So we go to Ghirardelli's, get ice cream, or we go back to the Marriott, which is my place, because we end up staying up till 4 in the morning, which of course no one has to. But I'm at the Marriott, and they have those fire pits running all night. So we just sit by the pool. Then we all go to Ralph's early, get a couple of bottles of wine or some scotch or something, and we smoke our cigars. And you're in, because you're definitely the type of person that we'd love to have there. All different types, a lot of creatives, fans, and just great new friends that we've met. So I'll keep you posted. Come on by, Mark. I'll see you there. And stop giving away your battle plans. Anyone could join our battle plans. So you guys have a good one. The only thing is, bring your cigars. So talk to you guys later. Everyone have a great, great day. And all right, talk to you later.